Hello guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a new video. Coming up, we've got a race from the IMSA series in iRacing. I recorded this last night, it was quite late. There's not a lot of in-game or in-race commentary because my better half was asleep. I wanted to keep the noise down. So we're going to watch it back today, put a little bit of a voice over to the action and yeah, just watch it back. As it turned out, it was quite incident filled. In the end, we were really lucky to even finish the race. Hope you enjoy the race, guys. If you do, perhaps consider subscribing to the channel, give us a thumbs up, comment, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff. All helps me out and helps my channel grow and get my content out there to the right people. All right, guys, enjoy the race and I'll see you after. Let's get rolling. Well, here we go, guys. This is the race from last night. First we're going to do is we're going to reposition our webcam over here, just over me. We don't need to see me twice. Right, so yeah, it's a full formation lap at Watkins Glen, and this turned out to be a really slow one. We started in a real horrible position. Anyway, let's we're going to fast forward it and we'll rejoin the action just before we're about to start the race. Right, we rejoin the action just before we goes green, and there we go, we've gone green. Okay, so the goal of this race really, I mean, straight away we've got, you know, we haven't even crossed the start-finish line. So, at the end of the day, we just want to finish this race cleanly if we can, or get as little incident points as possible. Struggling with this T1 at the moment. I think it's just because, like, obviously you used to be able to go out really wide there, but since the rescan, it's they brought the track limits in a bit, which needed it really. First time through the chicane in the race. I don't think you need to drop it down into third there, but for me it just helped a little bit with the rotation, just to drop it down into third and then straight back up into fourth to keep going.
Careful, Matteo.
Fortunately, like, you know, even at this early stage of lap one, the field started spreading out a little bit.
What are you doing?
It always, like, you know, if you've got a little bit of room to race. The track limits on this corner now have been really extended. You can go out really wide there. I didn't know that until I sort of practiced, like, in the practice session. Still got quite cold tyres, so we're taking it easy a little bit. LMP2 there on the side of the road.
Okay, Paul, keep it nice and smooth. Come on, let the race come to us. P17.
So we're currently running in P17. We started from the back, so we've not really lost anything. We're going side by side in front of us into the bus stop, down it in the third, and then straight back up in the fourth again. Oh, not that time, we kept it in third.
Is now in the lead.
But throughout the race, what I was doing was sort of dropping it down into third, just to get that little bit of extra rotation, and drop it and then going straight back up into fourth and accelerating out. Probably not the best way to do it, but it's the way I did it. I found it a lot easier to negotiate the that chicane. Again, there, dropping that into second gear. I mean, you probably could leave it in third, They just helped me a little bit with a bit of extra rotation. I always find that little that corner quite tricky there. You know, tend to sometimes get on the gas a little bit too quick, get a little bit impatient. We're just putting that to the right just to let Charles know that I'm sort of there and I'm quite eager to get past, but not going to challenge him like this early in the race. I mean, my sort of way of thinking at this point is there's 3 of them that are quite closely packed. Maybe they'll take each other out and give me a couple of freebies. Again, we sort of go out to the right here. I'm not sure if we take it on this one.
Left side.
No.
Hold your line. Clear left.
Nice and safe through there, though. Good racing by Charles. Gave me the space. Obviously, I gave him the space as well. Just respecting each other is the way to do it. We get the job done there on the inside.
Come on, Paul. Nicely done.
I think Charles has a look around the outside here, but I'm sort of covering the inside.
The guy behind's really new in. The gap's now 0.5.
Good to see another Mercedes actually behind us.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, quite a few people were moaning a little bit about the LMP2 drivers, but I found them okay. Like, you know, none of them really dive bomb me, and as long as you're sort of aware of them, or just aware of other drivers in general. It's one of my first off track on the on T1. Really struggle with that pretty much all race. Yeah, getting back to the LMP2 drivers, there's quite a lot of moaning from the GT3 guys, but I found them okay. You know, they sort of, some were patient. No one was like terribly or nearly lost it there. I think just Charles just
our refueling window will open after 50
nipping up the my inside there, sort of put it in my mind that he was going to probably like try and go for it. So that spooked me a little bit. Fortunately, we managed to hold on to the car. It's quite good watching races back like this. I don't often do this.
The gap's now 1.1.
You know, for the races that I record, I sort of record them. I put them through Premiere Pro, edit them, like where I need to edit, and upload it to YouTube. So actually watching a race back and putting a little bit of a voiceover to the videos, it's quite a novel thing for me. And there are some guys that do such a good job of commentary. I've literally just discovered, or just subscribed to a guy called Chris Rogers. He races on iRacing and Race Room, and well, from what I've seen on his channel, but his commentaries of his races are out of this world. Like, honestly, like, he commented on one of my videos. So I went to his channel just to have a look, and I watched the first, and that was it. I was hooked, completely subscribed. But his commentaries are absolutely fantastic. If you don't know Chris, please go and subscribe to his channel, Chris Rogers Sim Racing. Absolutely brilliant channel. Highly recommended. His content's great, and his commentaries are worth the sub alone. Honestly.
Yellow flag.
sometimes you get a yellow flag here and it's blind, and you never quite know what you've got coming up. Unfortunately, we saw that it was to the right there. That turn and the turn just before, I think the three corners from the end of the lap. You know, that little slow second gear corner. If you get a yellow flag there, you're like sort of like almost tiptoeing around the corner. So we're ticking along. We're in 16th. We're keeping up with the cars in front. We're not losing any time. I think it sort of stays like this for quite some time. We're just going to skip forward a few laps. Just miss out some of the boring action where we just...
Yellow flag, caution.
I say boring action. There's another yellow flag. But yeah, join me back in a second. Right, so we're joining back at the action now. We've got some... we're in sort of LMP2 traffic now. They've caught us up. We've had a few pass us.
Okay, Paul.
This is what I mean. Like, if you keep out of their way, I mean, he's clearly going to go to the outside. So I try and keep to the inside.
Clear left.
Charles does the same. Lets him through. No drama. And for me, that was pretty much what it was like all race. I mean, there was towards the end of the race, there was I was actually racing another GT3, and the LMP2 was behind, you know, and he couldn't go anywhere because we was like side by side. He didn't try and force his way through. He just like respectful, and that's the way it should be, really. I know that you get a lot of LMP2s that literally just kick you off the track, but this is what I was on about. Like, you know, yellow flag. This corner. Oh, look, there's Charles unluckily gets caught up in some LMP2 drama there.
Still there.
Fortunately, we was going slow enough that we could react quicker. I think Charles was maybe just like going a little bit faster than us, and before he knew it, he was on top of it. So yeah, we got fortunate there. We managed to put out a little bit of a gap.
Car behind's a faster class. Blue flag, the yellow.
Again, we got the LMP2 behind us. I don't know if this is one of the ones that was caught up in the drama. So we stay to the outside, let him go to the inside,
Clear right.
tuck in behind him, get a draft for about a microsecond, and away we go. Carry on with the race. Okay, rejoin the action now. We're almost losing it there, but we're circling around in 11th place. We started from the back, so we made some good positions up, mainly just by trying to race clean, keep it clean. Decided to have an early pit stop here. We go for a little gamble, just to see if we can get some undercuts, get out of the way of the LMP2s.
2, 1. Box now.
It's a very early pit stop. It's just before our pit window opens, but my thinking is we want to try and keep clean. We want to try and keep out of the way of the LMP2s, and the way they were sort of bunched up, the LMP2s, I'm hoping that they sort of interfere with the leaders a little bit in the GT3 class. So we should be out of any traffic now. You know, we might get the odd LMP2 past us, but we should have some clear track for a good couple of laps and hopefully make some good progress. It's always a little bit of a gamble when you decide to go early.
There's traffic behind. Keep your wits about you. Okay,
So we've got the class leader and the LMP2s coming round. So what we're going to do, we're going to stay to the inside, give him all the room to the left of us.
Left side. Clear left.
No drama.
The car in front of us is now Ricard.
So we're now about 30 seconds behind most of the GT3 field. Obviously, we've had a really early pit stop.
Pit window is open.
And now my hope now is that the LMP2s get in the way of the GT3s. The GT3s start getting racy. And obviously they got to have their pit stops. So we can just like go around the track. Nothing in front of us really, nothing behind us. Got some LMP2s coming up behind us, but as long as we can get out of their way in the right place on the track, we shouldn't lose too much time.
There's a faster car approaching. Blue flag.
Stay to the outside, let him take the inside,
Left side. Clear left.
and hopefully the second LMP2 that's behind me will get me before I go into T1.
Blue flag.
Worked out absolutely perfect.
On your right. Clear right.
But even if it was a little bit tighter, I'd probably lift a little bit down here, just to give him the corner like really easily, and you know, lose as least time as possible. So as you can see, we're currently running P17, but we've had our pit stop though. All of the leaders have got to have their stop.
The gap to Williams behind is increasing. It's now 18 seconds.
Right, we'll skip ahead a few laps and rejoin the action. Okay, we're almost halfway into the race now. We're running in P15. There's a few cars that have made their pit stop, but there's still quite a few more that are yet to make their stop. So once it all shakes out, I'm hoping we'll be back around about sort of P11, P10 maybe.
Blue flag. It's a faster class car approaching.
We'll give him the inside.
Car right. Clear right.
Ricard ahead is pitting.
You let it drive off the way, what's that? You go around.
A couple more guys in the pits. So we should pick up 3 or 4 places here now.
P13, you've just done a 147.06. Alright Paul, it's a faster class car approaching.
Got a couple of LMP2's that are battling. So he's respectful. There's no way he was going to make the chicane before I
Car left.
could get out of the way. So we'll stick to the inside, let these 2 guys crack on.
Blue flag, 20 minutes remaining, you've got 20 minutes
But
left.
Kevin's a prime example there. Kevin, like in the LMP2, the red LMP2, he could see that he wasn't going to make the chicane before I got there. He backed out a little bit. Let me get through. As soon as I was through, they were gone.
Long is now leading.
Now, all too often, the LMP2 would have just dived and just taken that chicane and probably taken us both out. So good racing there from Kevin Lazar. And from Ryan, who sort of backed out with Kevin. You could see there was no way that he could have got through either. So William, he's had his pit stop. He's just under 3 seconds behind. Charles, who was running in 10th, he's pitted. So there's another three cars there that have that are in the pits. So we're going to pick up another 3 or 4 places.
P11, you've just done a 147.79.
Yet another off track at T1.
Keep it within the track limits.
Right, we're going to skip ahead till we get a little bit of action. We circulate really around like this for a number of laps. So once we get some more action, we'll come back to it. But as you can see, guys, we're now in 7th.
Right side. Clear right.
And the early pit stop has really paid off because all of the leaders have now pitted and we've made real big gains.
15 minutes remaining, 15 minutes to go.
On your left. clear left.
We've now got John and Corey in our sights. Charles, who was circulating with in the early part of the race, he's just under 4 seconds
Left
behind.
side.
So we made a couple of seconds up on him in the pits.
Blue flag.
Just trying to dodge the LMP2's now. So we go to the outside, let him have the inside,
Car right. Clear
keep out of his way. We don't lose hardly any time there.
Oh, sorry guys. My bad.
Yellow flag. Watch out.
So dodgy that corner.
Silver ahead.
Again, we give Kevin the inside.
Left side. Clear left.
So starting from the back, this has turned into a real race now. You know, I sort of kind of got the bit between my teeth a little bit, and I'm looking at the times. I'm thinking, you know, top 5 is on the cards.
That lap was a 148.38. Sector 3 is 1.5 off the pace.
Just managed to keep it within the track limits there, but very close again to another off track. Corey and John in front are having a right old battle. You know, as you can see, they're side by side going into the chicane.
3.0 seconds.
I'm thinking to myself, is there going to be any contact? We're going to pick up a little freebie. We want to be close enough to take advantage of any mistakes that might happen. Charles has closed up again behind us. We were 4 seconds in front of him. And Thiago too, he was only about 14 seconds behind us. He's now sort of 9 seconds behind, so he's charging. As you can see from the relative there, Ryan's only sort of 5 seconds in front. 4 seconds now. Has he developed a bit of a problem? We seem to be closing him down quite fast.
On your right.
Corey there, I thought he was letting me go there, but
I thought he was pitting
Still
then.
there.
yeah, as it turned out,
Hold your line.
he's drifting over to the left there, like just trying to force me out wide. So I'm out wide. I think I get the job done here. I'm in front of him.
Yeah, nailed that fucker.
So we managed to get the place off of Corey there.
Car left.
As we're coming up towards around the straight, I'm keeping it like quite close. And for some inexplicable reason,
Okay, Paul, ignore that fucker.
Corey turns into me
You're
there.
unbelievable, mate.
As you can see, like, I'm not happy about that.
That's the car approaching, 7th position.
What are you doing?
There's nothing I can do. Let the cars go.
I cannot believe that.
We was having such a good race at this point. Luckily, we were able to keep going, but we have got damage. Well, as you'll see at the end of the video, what Corey was, what he was doing, I really don't know. And this is Corey in front now, and I think at this time he's slowing down to let me back through, which I thought was really gracious and, you know, in my opinion, the right thing to do.
Left
But
side.
no,
clear left.
he's slowing down because he actually retired from the race.
Fucking great pass, mate. Well done.
Oh, I ruined both our races, man.
He was having such a good race. There was just, I really don't know what he was doing. Like, you'll see it like in the video when we sort of analyse it a little bit.
It's fair play to him, he's let me go by, but we've lost so many places.
In actual fact, we didn't lose a massive amount of places. We lost maybe 2 or 3 spots. But fortunately, we were able to keep going. Even though we got some damage, we still had reasonably good pace.
E9.
So at this point, I'm thinking, well, top 10, that's still not bad. Like starting from the back.
So much damage.
Starting from the back, getting a top 10, even when you've been spun out. As you can see from the information there, Corey's disconnected. He obviously got back to the pits and too much damage to repair. But it was so needless.
Decrease to 2.7.
I mean, certainly nothing malicious in it at all, I don't think. But, you know, as we came around the sort of the final corner on the previous lap, and I thought he was letting me through,
Clear left.
we're sort of going down like the start-finish straight, and he's trying to push me out. It felt like it to me. He was trying to sort of squeeze me out. And maybe he was trying to do the same on that straight. I don't know. I mean,
These LMP2's have caused a few people's races to be destroyed today.
yeah, Adam just mentioning that the LMP2's have destroyed a few races. But I didn't have that experience. So for me, the LMP2 guys were very respectful and clean. I mean, it probably helps that, you know, if you're...
Sadly, it wasn't LMP2 that ruined my race.
E8.
If you're aware of them and you sort of like, you know, just give them the space, keep out of their way, they keep out of your way. But that's multi-class racing. It's the luck of the draw. As you can see, like John and Daniel ahead, they're sort of quite close to each other, and we seem to be closing John down quite fast, which I'm quite surprised about because obviously we've got a bit of damage. But to be only sort of 7 seconds away from
Clear left.
7th and 8th spots.
Hey guys, y'all think y'all can correct the wider part of the track next time? Thanks.
So you've got Williams behind us again. He must have had an off-track somewhere. I seem to remember like William and Gabriel.
William, I'm not going to fight you, mate. I've got a load of damage.
I'm just letting William know that, you know, once he's in a position to pass, I'm not going to fight him, but I'm certainly not going to give him the space or give him the position.
On your right.
So I'm thinking here William's going to be going through.
Hold your line. Clear right.
Doesn't take it. So I can't go out and, like, you know, I've got to stay on the inside.
Still there.
LMP2 behind, being patient. He's flashing now, so I'm just going to stay out wide here. And hopefully the LMP2 can go past.
Masterclass car approaching.
Right side. Clear right.
So Williams now taking the position. But as you
E6.
know, we're P6 from nowhere. Williams gone out wide again, so,
Right side.
you know, I'll take the position back.
Still there. Clear right.
Well done, fella.
He's had to back out there because there was a LMP2. But again, I'm going to see if we can, like, take the inside there into the chicane.
Right side.
I'm just going to let off here, I think.
Hold your line.
Let him take it. Yeah, I'll back out just so he can take the position. As you can see, we're keeping up with him. So, like, the damage that we have got, whether Williams got damage as well, we're still able to sort of keep pace. Now, we probably lost about 10 seconds in that spin. So we would a podium was definitely on the cards for us if he wasn't collected.
Right side. Clear right.
Oh, definitely would have been on for a podium.
Blue flag.
Yeah, I've just said that.
Left side. Clear left.
The gap behind is now 0.9.
So we're getting towards the end of the race now. I know Gabriel is probably going to have the pace to get past me. I've got damage, unfortunately.
We're not going to be able to hold off Gabriel.
Blue flag. Alright, Paul, it's a faster class car approaching.
On your right. Clear right.
Luck of the draw again there. We sort of
Just
slowed
wait
down.
for the straight, Gabriel. Wait for the straight, Gabriel. I'll let you go, mate.
Luck of the draw there. Like the LMP2 slowed down, and like obviously Gabriel closed right up. He's in the draft, so I'm going to stay on the inside. I'm going to ease off.
Car left.
Just let him go.
Push, 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 or we'll lose this place. Don't let him get away.
I've got damage, so I'm assuming that he's going to put it away. But he actually doesn't. I actually keep up with him.
Blue flag.
So I'm now thinking maybe the damage I've got isn't quite as severe as I thought it was. I know we've lost a bit of downforce because it's definitely a lot sketchier in the corners.
Car left.
That's the third time that Kevin's overtaken us.
P7, that's not bad, I suppose, since we got taken out.
Gabriel very wide there. Like I say, the track limits there have been really extended.
I think a podium might have been on the cards.
Okay, Paul, stay close. Wait for him to make a mistake. E7.
Gabriel's not really.
I'm actually not losing too much time here.
No, just
2
that.
minutes left. 2 minutes to go.
I've got one more lap after this, I think. I'll just stick with it to the end now. Currently running in 6th place. The LMP2, I'm not sure what he was doing here, where he's running out of fuel. Or like, you know, fuel saving a bit, because it just completely got in the way here. And like,
It's their class leader. Blue flag.
I couldn't understand what he was doing. But it was like, dude, get out of the way.
Left. Clear left.
Oh my god, what are you doing?
On your right. Clear right.
Yellow flag. Caution.
Oh look, so that bloody LMP.
So look, John's had a bit of an issue. He's either run out of fuel or
Next car is silver.
he just had like a little bit of an incident. You see he runs quite wide there. I'll take advantage of that.
Right.
Up his inside.
Clear right.
And at this point I think John's got a problem.
The stuff. We'll have some more of that.
Either like fuel, running out of fuel, or he's had an incident. But it turns out that he obviously just had an incident.
Blue flag. There's a faster class car approaching. 6th place. 1 more lap to go.
So we're now in 6th
We're running
place.
on fumes, mate.
Unbelievable, really, when
Car right.
you consider we was like
Go left.
running really well and then got collected. Lost about 10 seconds. So at least like the next 2 positions, we'd have been well clear of those. Take
Clear
another
left.
position there from Daniel.
Approaching.
On your right. Clear right.
So we're now up into 5th. And as you can see, like, William and Gabriel, who I let through because of the damage, they haven't got ahead. Like, it didn't take a massive amount of time out of us. So if we didn't have the damage, we'd probably be 10 seconds better off. We may be like 3, 4, maybe 5 seconds in front of them. So
Fuel left.
we definitely would have been fighting for a podium.
2 litres
Shame
left.
about the collision. But all in all, I really enjoyed this race. And to finish, I think we've ended up finishing 5th. Hasn't quite updated. The relative is not quite updated. But to finish 5th, starting from the back, having a gambling on an early pit stop,
Behind's a faster class.
getting collected, getting spun, losing about sort of roughly 10 seconds, and still ended up in
That's 2 minutes left.
a 5th position. Really happy.
P5. Okay, that's
Oh,
the
wow.
end. Good finish, mate. Well done.
Right, this is a little review after the race. Like here, I'm thinking he's letting me go.
He's letting me go.
You see, he's sort of drifting
over to the left.
just over to there, trying to squeeze me out a little bit. So I'm on the outside here.
Right, I'm in front of him.
I mean, he's got the draft, admittedly, but this is what I don't get. Okay, so I'm now going to the inside. He's got so much room out there. He's got 2 car whips. He just
Literally turns right.
it turns right into me. It's like it's almost. I don't know. I don't want to say it's like. Why would he do that?
So I've got the inside. Obviously, I'm drifting over a little bit, but I'm leaving him plenty of room. And I'm pretty straight there. And he just turns right. Look, oh. And then bashes me again for good measure. And I have to wait for all these cars to go past.
So there you go, guys. Bit of an incident-packed IMSA race at Watkins Glen. I really enjoyed it. We got a good result in the end, despite the collision. I'm going to put that down to a racing incident. It certainly didn't look malicious, but at the time, I was really quite disappointed. I still don't know what Corey was doing, just moving to the right there, but you know, it is what it is. We ended up with a decent result, and we move on. With regards to the LMP2 drivers, as you could hear in the chat, like throughout the race, there was quite a lot of moaning about like taking cars out and ruining people's races. But I had the exact opposite experience. You know, quite a few. I mean, Kevin and Ryan, they were, you know, very patient going into the chicane, where like maybe some LMP2 drivers might have dived in and just tried to take that, you know, get into the chicane first. But you know, they both backed out a little bit. Let me get through the chicane, and once I was through and they were through, off they went. But for the most part, like, if you know, this is why even in VR I have the virtual mirror on, because I can see things coming before, you know, like if you use just like the in-game mirrors, I know it sort of breaks the immersion a little bit. You know, with VR you just want to use the car mirrors, but with using the virtual mirror I can just see, you know, a little bit further behind me. I can see what's coming. I can see where the LMP2's are there, and the virtual mirror along with the relative box, you know, I can sort of adjust my driving to let them through, so I lose the least amount of time possible. They lose the least amount of time possible too, and that's multi-class racing. Sometimes you get the luck of the draw. For me today, I was really lucky. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. I really enjoyed the voiceover today, like watching it back. You know, it's something that I don't usually do on my videos. Like I say, I usually just you know, record the races, put it through Premiere Pro, add a couple of little edits, and you know, splice it together and upload it to YouTube. But actually, you know, watching a race back and putting a little voiceover on it, I really enjoyed doing that. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see a little bit more of, you know, like shortened races, like, you know, obviously the full race, but, you know, cutting out some of the boring bits, and whether the voiceover is necessary, or if you enjoyed it or not. I really did. I must say, it's sort of added a new perspective for me. So I probably will do a few more, but you know, let me know in the comments if you quite liked that voiceover. Anyway, guys, like I said, if you enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up. Any comments are always, you know, gratefully received, and I'll try to reply to everybody. And yeah, if you like the content, perhaps consider subscribing to the channel. Right then, guys, you take care of yourselves. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.